All right. Hello, Facebook world, YouTube world. Thank you for joining us here on Real to Real Talk. I was going to say a taste of the real talk.
A taste of the real talk.
We are here, Paul and I. Paul, as always, it looks like the Academy Awards are going to take their darn time.
Well, that happens when you give everybody's full biography ahead of actually getting to the winner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're watching the Academy Awards, and we already got some folks watching. Janine says hello. Hey, Janine, thank you for joining us. If you're watching the Academy Awards, so are we, and so is George. Paul, who is that with you?
This is Riz.
Hello, Riz. George has decided he wants to eat my headset. And
I love George. That's what George decided he wants to eat my hand. So.
Yeah. This Academy Awards broadcast just got going now. So
they're doing visual effects right now, and they showed Love and Monsters, which was on Netflix, and I totally missed it. I'm so mad at myself. It's off of Netflix. I'd have to pay to watch it. I'm mad.
Yeah, gotcha. So we'll talk through a few of the occurrences already. We wanted to come in sort of towards the latter part of the big four, as we call it, but Best Director has already been given.
They wanted to do we wanted to do director, actor, actress, and picture. But
director already happened.
Yeah, then they went and crapped on the whole order and did director, like in the first hour. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, what one?
So we're on visual effects.
Yeah.
And so if you're watching along with us and want to comment, you can do so on the feed.
Tenet. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, visual effects should go to Tenet.
I'm going to just go ahead and say, with Tenet winning, the theme of this Oscars has been chalk. I mean, just like most of the people who are and films and performances, everything that you were like, yeah, this is really the best one. Has won. And Tenet is just a 100% a continuation of that.
Yeah.
So I spent today catching up on all of the short subject stuff. Didn't catch them all, but like I can tell you, the live action short was Two Distant Strangers was the winner, and that was phenomenal. It's on Netflix. Everybody needs to catch that. The animated short was If Anything Happens, I Love You, which is also on Netflix. Again, phenomenal. Watch it.
Yep.
Documentary short was Colette, free on YouTube. Really good. Check it out. But, it's just been, I don't know. It's just, like there have been very few surprises.
Yeah. We'll talk in a moment about the win by for Best Supporting Actor.
Kaluuya.
Yeah.
Kaluuya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big win there for him.
Again, chalk though. Like it was just like totally. That's who everybody was like. This is kind of probably who deserves it. Who's going to win?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at Amanda Seyfried. Oh my God! Jesus, she is an eyeful. I'm gonna say it. She's an eyeful.
So we're up to this is Brad Pitt presenting Best Supporting Actress.
No, yes, actress in a supporting role. And interestingly enough, I feel like I'm in the first 10 minutes of the show because normally this is the first or second award handed out.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I think they heard what we were going to do.
Right. But this is a good one to hop in on. Who would you like to see get this?
It's hard not to root for Maria Bakalova.
Yeah.
But I'm a huge Olivia Colman fan. She's gotten one already.
Yeah.
I know.
I would call this a huge surprise.
Yeah.
With you winning for Minari, which I haven't gotten a chance to catch yet.
Yeah. Amanda Seyfried, I think, should probably be the win.
I felt like she should have, but like it going to Yoon from Minari, that's a huge shocker.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a big unexpected win.
Yeah. I would have gone. I loved Seyfried in Mank.
Yeah.
That she didn't get it. Like, you know, look, for Best Picture, I would love to see Mank.
Sure.
Yeah, but if Seyfried's not going to get the backing,
Right.
I can't imagine how Mank gets it for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Have you seen Minari yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
It's still on Amazon for $20. I just can't justify dropping the $20. You know, like it's like,
yeah,
this is totally a movie I would go and see at a matinee for $7 or $8. I can't drop 20.
Right. Let's take a listen here and see.
This is really surprising. I'm kind of. I mean, the supporting actress role is, and supporting actor too, but I think more so supporting actress role award is one that does very frequently go to like a surprising candidate, but more like offbeat and sort of like, or they also use it to kind of reward somebody who's an old like old hat and like has been in a million things but never been rewarded, and it's like finally they have their big role in which is a smaller role in a big film, and they go ahead and give them an award. Like I think of Marissa Tomei from My Cousin Vinny. That was a really weird one. Or
right.
So
yeah,
I don't know. This is interesting.
Anyway, thank you so much. And I want to thank my two boys who make me go out and work. All and good. This is the result because mommy worked so hard. And I'd like to take this award for my first director, King Leon, who was very genius.
Uh-oh. Riz has decided to lose interest in the show.
Very sweet and humble speech.
Yeah.
Which, in a field of this strength, you like to see.
Really, yeah. That's true. A crazy strong field on supporting actress.
Yeah.
This one. And Best Actress is equally insane. Like I have no idea what's going to happen with Best Actress.
Right.
All right. So, what have you thought of the broadcast so far?
I'm impressed by the setup. I like the sort of more muted approach. I mean, the Oscars are never crazy,
right?
But there's obviously the setting really gives it sort of this intimate feel that doesn't usually come with the Oscar broadcast.
Right.
The movement of all the musical, the song nominations to being before the broadcast has made this, sort of flow. I guess the thing that strikes me the most is they're still managing to take their time.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I mean, the broadcast on ABC is set from 7 to 10 Eastern,
right?
And you're about to hit 10 Eastern,
8 to 11, isn't it? Because it started like the show, the actual award ceremony started at 8.
Okay, yeah.
When is this?
Right, 7 to 10 Central.
No.
Sorry, I'm thinking my time frame.
8 to 11 Eastern. So yeah, we're hoping on going to be done in an hour, and I don't know if they're going to be done in an hour. Although maybe they are.
Yeah.
When I look at it, they have gotten through quite a bit.
Yeah.
They've got No, they did documentary feature. I don't even know what they have left. They've got actor, actress, picture.
Best picture, and there's a couple of the technical awards, I
Do
believe, that are still, yeah.
Art direction, cinematography.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we'll get those. My notes, my first note on the show is that the opening with Regina King kind of walking in with some like a nice jazz riff playing in the background. That was totally Steven Soderbergh. Like that was basically them saying, "Hey, by the way, Steven Soderbergh is producing this, so at the very least, we have to like have a Steven Soderbergh opening." And I thought she was gonna walk in and like George Clooney and Brad Pitt were gonna be standing there and like waiting next to a safe or something. Like you mentioned, the setup is really. I do really like the sort of intimate feel of the setup. Almost like they're like I like how it's tiered. I like how they're all at these little tables. For me, it reminds me of this restaurant at Walt Disney World in Epcot at the Living Seas, where it's like you're in front of this a huge aquarium, and like so that's exactly how the seats are set up, where it's like tiered. Everybody's in a half circle table, and you're looking out on this aquarium, and that's very like appropriate. Like these people who are giving the speeches are in a fishbowl, so that works.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest the hero so far has been Questlove. Questlove can do any damn thing he wants. He's
yeah. I do want to talk a little bit. First of all, say thank you to those who are watching along with us here. But Daniel Kaluuya earlier tonight picks up the Oscar for actor in a supporting role.
Right.
Chloe Zhao picks up Best Director for Nomadland, which, do we think that's a harbinger of things to come, or do we see the Oscar go to a different picture? So that'll be an interesting thing to hold our breath for.
Right.
I really love, because of how much I love the film, I love that Best Sound Editing went to Sound of Metal.
Yeah. That was super.
They did such wonderful things with the effects of sound within the story, and so it's been an interesting night. As the next few awards get given, we'll give folks a chance to listen to the speeches.
Sure.
And we'll comment as we go. Halle Berry.
Yikes! Yeah. Always nice to see her, but I'm trying to figure out what was going on with that hair, but that's all right. You know what? You want to go bangs, you go bangs. And you want to go bangs with a bob, you go bangs with a bob. What am I gonna do? Who am I? You're Halle Berry. You do any damn thing you want.
Yeah.
By the way, production design is what they're nominating right now, and if Mank can't win for this, it can't win for anything. I mean, this is. If you were watching that movie and you didn't feel like it was made immediately after they finished filming, oh God, the movie that Mank is based off of, not based off of, but
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane. Thank you. If you watched Mank and then watched Citizen Kane and didn't think, how did they get these two movies to look exactly alike, made 80 years or 70 years or 60 years apart, whatever, 60, 80, whatever. I don't know what to tell you. And that's entirely 100% production design. Like, that's the whole point of production design.
Right.
So on TV, they're about to give a winner. So Mank. Okay. Yeah.
So we're a few seconds apart. Mank picking up the win here, much to Paul's satisfaction.
Very, yeah. Like, if it went to Tenet, I would have been like, okay. cool, but it had to be Mank. Like this, you know, that the achievement of that movie was the look and feel.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the amazing thing about that movie. And you mentioned Best Director going to Nomadland, Chloe Zhao in Nomadland. And I felt like that was a two-person race. It was Fincher for Mank and Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, because the direction in those two movies are so different, but also so striking and so important.
Yeah. It's one of those things where Mank ends up with the most nominations this year. And if I'm not mistaken, is this the first?
This is their first one.
Yeah.
But
so they won't get shut out, thank goodness.
Like it's interesting too.
To work with such an amazing group of people. Thank you to my crew who worked their tails off.
I'm trying to. It's funny, Paul. I'm trying to not reboot, but resync my broadcast to you. I'm watching on YouTube. So
how can you get forward though? Can you get more forward?
No, it doesn't give me that power.
Like I'm guessing that YouTube is just naturally a couple seconds behind.
Yeah.
So, but so I get Zhao over Fincher for director because, again, as I was saying, what Zhao did with that movie is so amazing. It's well deserved.
Yeah.
And I love Seyfried and Mank so much.
She was brilliant. Yeah.
So.
All right.
So cinematography, this has to be Nomadland. I'm just going to say it. I mean, I like, and again, huge Mank stan right here. I'm just going to be, but like cinematography, Nomadland, the way that they used the enormity of their surroundings to just bring forward the tiny nature of the humanity that was being represented. It's just, you know, so we'll see.
I need to watch News of the World. I'm still.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It goes to Mank. So I'm okay with that. I still wish it were Nomadland. I mean, just because visually, there's a difference between production design and cinematography. And for Mank, I felt the production design was what really brought it home. And for Nomadland, I thought it was the cinematography. But this worked.
To me, it's not a surprise that the awards that Mank gets are these, because I don't know that people would have appreciated it well enough in the across all of these films to understand that there was also wonderful acting. There was, it'll probably. We've said it'll probably pick up for costume as well.
Well, no, costume already went to Maureen's Black Bottom.
Oh, that's right, Maureen's Black Bottom.
Yeah. Maureen won for costume and makeup. Well, I'm going to listen to this.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Amanda, Jerry,
does
and a joy to watch you work. The entire cast, thank you for hitting your marks.
There's some really great shots on this speech. I'm not going to lie. Like with the guy accepting and, oh, Jesus, Amanda Seyfried.
Not do anything without Brian, Will,
Lord,
Alex, Dave, Gary, Dwayne, Danny, Jerry, and all of your team. You make my job easy. Thank you, and thank you to my beautiful wife, Naira.
Does Mank get the trifecta with art direction? That's the question. Do they get the cinema, that trifecta of production design, art direction, cinematography? That I guess we're gonna find that out next.
The question I have is, does Gary Oldman age? Because that shot they had of him just now, even through the mask, you can tell he still looks amazing.
I want to hear Lin-Manuel. Oh.
All right. So as we go to break, I do want to say or take a moment to say hello. Paul Susan has commented, "Hi guys, sorry I can't be on with y'all."
No, Susan. You're not, and the reason why you're not is because we know you don't give a shit about the Oscars. So, and that's okay. You don't have to apologize for not giving a shit about the Oscars.
I think it's more about wanting to be with you and I on the broadcast. So.
That's all right. I mean, that's fair, but the topic, I mean, what are you going to do? Stand there, like say, well, this is kind of my first Oscars watching, so I have no idea what's going on. Like, it's like,
oh my goodness.
Let's talk about Rainey really quick, because we touched on it for a moment. And I felt there were two movies that were nominated for both that I felt very strongly about, that it had to be one or the other.
Yeah.
And it was makeup and hair and costume. Ma Rainey and Emma were both nominated in both categories. And I felt like for movies that just absolutely needed perfection from those two categories, those were the two. Like,
yeah.
and those are two movies where the makeup, the hair design, the costume were characters in those movies. Like,
oh yeah.
And that's what you want to see with the winners from those categories, where give it to something where you don't have it without that hair and makeup, and give it to something where you don't have it without those costumes. And I thought Ma Rainey was a really worthy winner. I personally would have preferred Emma, just because I think it's like I like the colorfulness of it. Like I like those splashy colors.
Yeah.
But Ma Rainey, just with it,
I think they did more with it in the sense of, it's easy to talk about the transformation of Viola Davis.
Yeah.
But without it, that character, who was someone who was a real person, doesn't come to life the way it did, and so.
Yeah. So, let me see. Oh, you know what? So something I liked this year with their reordering of awards is they instead of doing the supporting actor and actress awards first, Questlove again, love him. They did the screenplay awards first, which was really interesting. And any thoughts on Promising Young Woman getting original and The Father getting adapted?
I mean, Promising Young Woman, I think, was a good pick there.
Yeah.
I finally did get a chance to watch it. Very hard watch, but just a great screenplay. But yeah, no, I think those two went as expected.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is I feel, I don't want to say that safe choices have been made in terms of not safe, but expected choices, like you're saying.
Yeah. And strong choices.
Right. I was looking over the nominations again today, and in the last couple of days, caught up on watching some of the films, and I was just struck by how a year ago you and I were talking about, what is the field going to be like, in a pandemic time frame.
Uh-huh.
And we got, when I look across the body of work that's being recognized tonight, and it's just, even with just nominations, what a diverse group of pictures, there's not one that's as similar to another,
Right.
And I mean, another expected win tonight, Soul picking up for animated feature.
Yes.
Which you have to. I mean, it was a great film.
And I've seen that's one of the categories where I've seen all of the other nominees.
Right.
And, I mean, Soul was just, all of the nominees were like, and then there's Soul.
Right.
And it was just a special movie. Like, Soul had does it get nominated for Best Picture?
Right, potential.
And so when that happens, you gotta. This is a great shot. They're doing a above shot from the of the room, and that was a really interesting shot. Oh, Harrison Ford going to be presenting now. Okay,
I'm almost there.
Okay.
We're about 30 seconds off. It feels like. Union Station. Okay, I was wondering where they were.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful.
By the way,
area.
the conversation you and I have to have, Sergio, is we have to. You did your. You did your recent trip for your food show.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do a trip out to LA and hit all of the famous movie theaters.
Oh yeah.
We'll go watch a movie in Chinese theater.
Absolutely.
Susan with us to all these movies, and she'll hate them all. But that's have fun with us. So
we'll make it happen.
Yeah, we'll go to the Egyptian. We'll go to the El Capitan.
Man.
Yeah, it'll be.
I am game for that.
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't want to see Harrison Ford in another Indiana Jones movie. And watching him here drives that home for me. I'm good. Oh, editing. Okay. Let me pop open my app that has all the nominees. I'm curious who's nominated for.
I just got to his punchline about Blade Runner. That was hilarious.
Okay.
So editing.
I have a favorite on this. Do you? What do you think?
Oh man. Trial comes to mind. Yeah. Although you could make a case for Sound of Metal.
Just because of the scope of what they did with Nomadland, that's the one for me.
Yeah.
Just
they covered a lot of ground.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All your 12-day food trip, they covered a lot of ground. Actually, you covered more ground, but that's
yeah.
Oh, Sound of Metal. There you go.
He's still calling out the nominees for me, but
I'm just going to assume that most people aren't watching them on YouTube, so
yeah,
I'll be announcing for you.
Thanks.
If that's okay.
Sure.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Text.
Otherwise, there'll be an uncomfortable gap.
Yeah, text me and say no, this isn't working for me. If you don't want that to be the way it goes. But yeah, Sound of Metal. That would have been my number 2.
Making it a 2 Oscar winner. Sound of Metal. When I first saw the trailer for that film so many months ago, I was intrigued immediately, and it delivered for me.
Yeah, I get it. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's good. It works. But I didn't love it. That's okay though. That's okay. I don't have to love it.
Thanks.
I don't. Enough people do.
I'd like to thank Eve and Angus and my amazing assistant Alex. And my whole family at Rock Paper Scissors. You guys raised the bar. I would like to thank my agents, Hillary and Rebecca. I would like to thank Jonathan, Caviar.
Do they not do art direction anymore?
For sharing your enormous
Oh.
talents.
Boy, do I look like an idiot. They don't do art direction anymore. It's all in production design. So
They lumped it all together.
Yep. There you go. So Mank won for that.
That's how they're gonna get done by 10.
You're right. That is well, but they have the 2 music awards still. So they have the 2 music awards, the 2 big acting awards, and Best Picture.
But one above all, Darius Mata, thank you for your incredible vision. Thank you for inviting me on this life-changing.
I was wondering if you're gonna wear a tux tonight. So
No, I wore a Haunted Mansion Star Wars matchup.
oh well, there you go.
It actually glows in the dark, and in about 10 minutes, the light that I'm under is going to turn off, and there's nothing I can do about it. So just everyone a heads up, and then I'll show off my glow in the dark shirt, and then
Nice.
I'll turn the light back on. But we have like a timer on this light, and so because it's like the light that goes on and off, like if we're not here, and so rather than like turn off and on the timer, we just keep it on all the time.
Oh, gotcha.
We're usually in bed by 10:30 anyway.
Well, that makes sense.
Viola Davis. Can she be in every movie? Like, what do we have to do to make that happen?
Looking stunning, by the way.
My great friend, filmmaker, and philanthropist Tyler Perry personifies empathy. Tyler knows what it is to be hungry, to be without a home, to feel unsafe and uncertain. So when he buys groceries for 1,000 of his neighbors, supports a women's shelter, or quietly pays tuition for a hard-working student, Tyler is coming from a place of shared experience. Tyler paid for the funerals of the Black men whose names were on the placards at marches. In Atlanta, where his film studios employ thousands, he created Camp Quarantine, making it possible to safely continue making a living.
I'm sorry, I'm captivated.
Tyler's camp has been given access to the vaccine.
Are they giving Tyler Perry an honorary Oscar tonight?
The Humanitarian Award.
Oh. Okay. Well, this I kind of want to watch, so.
Same.
Oh, Barkapalooza.
It is how he was raised. That somebody reaches out, and you reach out to somebody else, and they'll reach out to somebody else.
When COVID hit, it was really important for me to get everybody back to work. I'm always the person that says, okay, this is happening. What do we do to fix it? How do we fight it?
He fed all these people during the pandemic. He made sure people had what they needed to get through it.
Yeah, we're at 10:23, and they have 5 awards left. So,
There is no harm in caring. He's going to create opportunities for other people, like opportunities were created for him. He's going to encourage other people the way people encouraged him.
When you've been given a voice, there's a huge responsibility to use it in a way that sustains change.
So you create a living legacy that keeps on giving. What's better than that? This man exemplifies the best you could ask from any human, and that is to care about your fellow human beings.
It goes back to my mother, Junior, find a way. Find a way.
that's really good.
I know you never do what you do for thanks, but I am grateful for the countless ways you work to make ours a better world. It is my honor to present to you the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award.
Excellent. What a room. I love the room.
Yeah.
We didn't do a few minutes, so I want to say a very special thanks to Ms. Viola Davis, who is nominated tonight and doing this. Thank you. I really appreciate it. To the board governors, especially to Whoopi Goldberg, Ava. You know, when I set out to help someone, it is my intention to do just that. I'm not trying to do anything other than meet somebody of that humanity. Like, case in point, this one time I remember maybe it's about 17 years ago, I rented this building and we were using it for production. And I was walking to my car one day and I see this woman coming up out of the corner of my eye. And they say, she's homeless, let me give her some money. Judgment. I wish I had time to talk about judgment. Anyway, I reach in my pocket and I'm about to give her the money. She says, excuse me, sir, do you have any shoes? It stopped me cold because I remember being homeless and having one pair of shoes and they were bent over at the heel. So I said, yeah. So I took her into the studio. She was hesitant to go in, but we went in. We go to the wardrobe and there are all these boxes and everything around the walls and fabrics and cords and clothes. So we ended up having to stand in the middle of the floor. So as we're standing there, we got wardrobe and lights and things that are going on. I stand up. I'm waiting for her to look up. And all this time she's looking down. She finally looks up. She's got tears in her eyes. She's like, thank you, Jesus. My feet are off the ground. In that moment, I just recall her saying to me, I thought you would hate me. Like, how can I hate you when I used to be you? How can I hate you when I had a mother who grew up in a little South in Louisiana, that grew in Louisiana, right across the border from Mississippi, who at 93 years old was grieving the death of Emmett Till. As she got a little bit older, she was grieving the death of the civil rights boys and the little girls who were in the bombing in Alabama. She grieved all these years. And I remember being a little boy coming home, and she said, "When you were home, supposed to be at work." She was in tears that day. She said, there was a bomb threat. And she couldn't believe that someone wanted to blow up this place where she worked, where she took care of all these toddlers. It was a Jewish community. My mother taught me to refuse hate. She taught me to refuse blanket judgment. And in this time, and with all of the internet and social media and algorithms and everything that wants us to think a certain way, the 24-hour news cycle, it is my hope that all of us will teach our kids. And I want to remember, just refuse hate. Don't hate anybody. I refuse to hate someone because they are Mexican or because they are black or white or LGBTQ. I refuse to hate someone because they are a police officer. I refuse to hate someone because they are Asian. I would hope that we would refuse hate. And I want to take this Gene Herschel Humanitarian Award and dedicate it to anyone who wants to stand in the middle, no matter what's around the world. Stand in the middle, because that's where healing happens. That's where conversation happens. That's where change happens. It happens in the middle. So anyone who wants to meet me in the middle, to refuse hate, to refuse blanket judgment, and to help lift someone's feet off the ground, this one is for you too. God bless you, and thank you, Academy. I appreciate it.
Well, so Tyler Perry just set the standard for all speeches for anything ever, I think. I think that's a speech that you're going to find on Facebook tomorrow. And if you're listening to this and you haven't been watching the broadcast, just do one thing. Go tomorrow and find Tyler Perry's acceptance speech for the Humanitarian Award, because it's perfect.
My hope is that people are watching the broadcast if they're watching this, because it'll make a lot more sense.
Sure. You know what? Honestly, as long as we're getting clicks, I don't care.
So the Oscar broadcast has gone to a break. So what are the categories, Paul, that are left? I know we have both of the Best Acting Awards.
There's going to be score and song. Or
right.
Reverse that. It'll be song, score, and then they'll go to break. And then they'll do actress, actor, and then go to break. And then feature.
Yeah. a bit about Tyler Perry. I know that for myself, it took me a while to kind of, get into his work and really appreciate it. But when you couple the work that he's done with what we just saw,
right,
it really broadens your appreciation for what he's done with his craft. He hasn't just created memorable characters and memorable films and projects, but when you learn about him and what he does outside of all the work to take care of other people, that feature that they just did on him and his foundation and the work he's done during quarantine, it boggles the mind how much he's able to accomplish when he puts his heart into something. So that was very impressive.
Yeah, and I look, I'm not a fan of his movies. They're not for me. And that's okay. I'm glad there are people though that they are for, because I recognize that what I might call schmaltzy and kind of over the top maybe with their intent to just pull on heartstrings and that sort of thing. There are people that love that, and great. Fantastic. I'm glad that and after seeing that, it's just all the more. I hope that he keeps making movies and that people keep seeing them, and he keeps making people happy by going to movies, because the people he makes being happy by going to his movies, he's making so many more happy by being able to lift them up, and that's fantastic.
Absolutely. So no one movie has dominated as in years past, it seems. It's been a pretty decent spread.
Yeah. I think it's been a long, when's the last time, I guess Parasite last year had a little bit of cornering awards, but it still even didn't win that many.
No. I'm trying to think of the last time a movie really dominated the categories. I can remember films that did. Silence of the Lambs, Return of the King. But yeah, this has been a pretty nice spread across several different films.
Yeah. So they're doing original score right now. Do you have a favorite on this one?
I don't. I can't say that I do.
I do. Soul. Just gonna tell you, it's Soul. That mute, and the music is so important to that movie.
So. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, Soul.
The Five Blood seems like so long ago.
I know it was. I'm still bitter that what's his face didn't get a nomination for actor, but whatever. That's
yeah. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross get nominated in this category quite often.
They do, and they just got another win for Soul. So, and that gives that gives Jean-Baptiste an Oscar too, which is awesome. So, again, this is the one that everybody's like, yeah, this is the favorite. The favorites are winning. Everybody is always going to have an opinion on, oops, there we go. Hold on. Let's see. Is it going in the dark? No, there's too much light. I'll get my lights back on. Just give me 1 second. Alexa, hold on. Devices. Family room. On. There we go. Damn.
It's a long walk for them in this room.
Yeah.
Give folks a chance to listen in.
It's the same 12.
But anyway, about Soul. I'm really glad that it won. Beyond just being a big, huge Disney dork, the whole movie is about how music, transforms a person's life. So I would hope that it would win for score. It's interesting. It doesn't I'm looking ahead to the next award, and I don't know what's going on with original songs. like other than Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga. Other than Husavik, which I do remember. Like I mean, I've seen 4 of the 5 movies, and I only remember one of the songs, and that is tough. That's like. I genuinely miss the days of Beauty and the Beast being nominated for 3, having 3 of the 5 nominations for best song.
Right.
It's just like, Beauty and the Beast deserves one of them, so deserves it for one of them. So why not?
Yeah.
I love this man, Pete Docter. He's a genius and a visionary.
Jean Baptiste, I love Pete Docter as well.
Thank you for welcoming us to the family. We're open arms. So much
And one of the things you mentioned was the diversity of the films being nominated, and I want to say the diversity of the winners has been pleasant as well.
Yeah.
I hope the days of Oscar so white are gone forever.
Hopefully.
Yes.
So much love to you. Even if I don't know you,
When the right song becomes a part of the right movie, it stays with us forever. You can never hear that song again without thinking about this movie partner. That is the power of music. Although most of the nominees were able to make it to Los Angeles, they're all here joining us from Sweden. So here are the nominees for Best Song.
It's something that Questlove in a venue like this makes it feel like there is a symphony.
Yeah. And by the way, just so everyone knows, the chalk here is the nominee we're seeing right now from One Night in Miami. Leslie Odom and Sam Ashworth for One Night in Miami. For Speak Now. That's
great song. As soon as that movie was over, I loaded this song to my Amazon Music. Why does it feel like we watched Trial of Chicago 7 so many months ago?
Because again, we did. But that's another one that came out during the summer.
Oh yeah.
And we're already almost to the summer. It's the problem is that they held this off until until April, and it's the end of April. And
all
right, so here we go. Zendaya's going to tell us who wins. Ooh. Judas and the Black Messiah wins for Fight for You. Interesting. And I'm not familiar with that song. I don't remember it from the movie.
I'm not either.
So,
it's just so funny seeing the Eurovision song there.
It's so, I love that. That scene in that movie was fantastic.
I think this would be considered another surprise for the night.
Important story. So thank you so much. Thank you to the Academy. I wanted to say that. And of course, my collaborators, Dee Mile and Tiara Thomas, the song wouldn't be what it was without them. Of course, I have to thank God
Beautiful dress.
Giving us these gifts, and my parents, my beautiful mother who's here with me today, and my father at home, all those days of listening to Sly and the Family Stone and Curtis Mayfield and Marvin Gaye, it really paid off. So thank you, Dad.
Sly and the Family Stone, yes.
Thank you so much to Archie and Shaka King and everybody that was involved in this movie and gave me the call, gave us the call to do this record. I'm so grateful. I just want to say this, musicians, filmmakers, I believe we have an opportunity and a responsibility to me to tell the truth and to write history the way that it was. And how it connects us to today and what we see going on in the world today. And I have no words. I'm just so happy and grateful. And the knowledge is power. Music is power. And as long as I'm standing, I'm always going to fight for us. I'm always going to fight for my people and fight for what's right. And I think that's what music does, and that's what storytelling does. So thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Questlove again. So
great movie.
Yeah.
And now I got to go and find that song and listen to it again.
All right. Here's my thinking is that after the fact, I'm glad it won because anytime Sly and the Family Stone can get mentioned in an Oscar speech, I am
that's a win.
100% behind that.
Absolutely.
I don't know what they're doing right now. I want them to stop, and I just.
This is where I say these broadcasts have traditionally gone or historically gone long.
Yes.
I don't think this is necessary.
No. And because nobody wants this. Like, right. I just don't know anybody. Like, they're moving along. They're going through. They had trimmed so much fat from the show.
Yeah.
And they inserted more stuff, i.e., with the sort of like the mini bios of every person that's been nominated, or not every person, but like just about every category they've done a mini bio.
Yeah.
Nominees. Which is fine if that's the way you want to do it. You're removing all the clips.
Right.
Instead of doing clips, you're doing mini bios. That's what you want to do. That's fine. I've enjoyed it. I prefer the clips, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't miss any of the silliness.
Well, and yeah, I don't know why, but for a second I got distracted by a whole different thing. There are some theater shots that I'm seeing throughout the night. So obviously it's probably simulcast to a different location.
Oh, okay.
Because there was an audience shot earlier.
Yeah.
Of some folks that are distanced, but in the, so maybe they're also broadcasting it in the.
And early on, they showed where those were, like the one where the people are in the theater and it's like all the seats are red.
That's right.
That's like
various locations.
It's like the British Film Institute or something like that.
That's right. I forgot they were going to do simulcast at different locations.
Right. Daniel Kaluuya. I'm having I'm just going to. I deserve to be completely lambasted for not being able to get his name right. I just don't even know what to do with this.
Yeah.
I just let's talk about what have we not mentioned at all? I mentioned my love for the live action short winner, Two Distant Strangers. I'm going to mention it again. Everybody needs to catch Two Distant Strangers on Netflix. It's amazing. We touched on it, but we didn't really dive into it. My Octopus Teacher.
Yeah. I'm so glad to see that it won. It's a beautiful film.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you got to see it.
Also on Netflix.
Right.
It's like, I'll just be honest, Time is a better movie. I mean, like, just from like a pure, like, straight up, like, Time is more impactful and important and stuff like that. But I did love me some My Octopus Teacher. I mean, that movie does something that is really awesome and special and amazing. And
it's. I just recently saw or was reading about. I haven't seen Time, but I was reading about it and thinking to myself, I should have made time to see that. But
it's good.
Glenn Close knows her music, by the way.
Congratulations to Glenn Close. Why? So, Nomadland has won just the one for director. All right, Glenn Close dancing is not something any of us needed, but that's all right. Did Glenn Close bring Sting with her to the Oscars? Is that what happened?
I wish there was a way for me to catch up with you, because now I have to watch her dance. And I love Glenn Close, don't get me wrong.
No, you don't have to watch her dance. Nobody needed that. Now, Angela Bassett can dance. If you've not seen What's Love Got to Do with It?
Oh, absolutely.
What's wrong with you people? Angela Bassett.
Classic performance.
Yarp. I mean, here's the interesting thing is I feel like this is a segment that they would have had in their back pocket and said, if we're 20 minutes ahead of schedule,
this is what to do.
Throw this in, otherwise leave it out.
Yeah.
And I feel like they should have just pulled it out, because they would have finished directly on time. Now they're going to finish about 5-10 minutes late.
That's if
none of the winners take. Oh, Zendaya in a commercial. I want to watch this commercial. Who wouldn't want to watch the star of the Disney Channel classic movie Zapped? And anybody who's wondering, why are you mentioning Zapped from the Disney Channel? You need to start listening to our podcast a little more often.
Yeah.
Because that's a callback to a prior episode of our podcast. So, but yeah.
So we're about a commercial distance apart now, it seems.
Okay.
So.
Hold on one second. Linus. I did not feed the rabbits, so.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. I had to let my son know that I didn't feed the rabbits, so he could feed the rabbits. Oh.
They don't want it anymore. Which has nothing to do with me.
So if we actually do our Los Angeles tour of famous theaters, they're doing a Jimmy Kimmel commercial right now in front of the Dolby Theater. Like in that area is the Chinese theater is on one side of the street, and the El Capitan is on the other side of the street, and those would be absolutely required spots in our.
You've made this trip, is what you're saying.
I live in Los Angeles, so yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's really sad. Last week they announced the closing of the ArcLight Cinemas, which is a have you ever heard of the Cinema Dome?
No, I have not.
It's shown up on movies before. It's like there's like a domed movie theater. And so like it was called the ArcLight Cinema Dome, and Pacific Cinema Dome, something like that, whatever it is. But the best place to go see movies. It's amazing. Like there's an old 1950s era cinema that dome, huge massive screen, just the biggest movie screen imaginable, and it's an amazing place to go see a movie, and they just had to close because of the pandemic, and I was really sad about it. I'm hoping it won't. I feel like it's going to be bought by somebody and opened back up just because of how popular it was.
Right.
But for right now, like the people who owned it, that was it. Like they had two theaters. They had the ArcLight there at the Cinema Dome, and they had another one in Pasadena. There's just no way, if your only business is theaters, and especially theaters in California, there's no way you're staying afloat right now. So
yeah, you'll have to let me know when you get back to the broadcast. I'll see how close I am.
Yeah, it's back up.
It's been commercials.
Lots of commercials. Oh, they're doing the in memoriam, so I'm definitely going to be quiet during that. Yeah, see, they needed to cut that skit.
There were recorded over 3 million souls lost around the world to COVID alone. Considering the enormity of our collective loss, and the often
Hey, everybody, get vaccinated for COVID.
we wish to also
Don't be part of the 3 million that have died so far.
Lost to the violence of inequality, injustice, hatred, racism, and poverty. To all of those who left our lives too soon, we cherish the moments that we have the honor of having with you. Tonight, we want to celebrate the artists who gave us permission to dream, the technical pioneers and innovators who expanded our experience.
Angela Bassett can emote with the best of them.
You will remain as we remember you in our hearts always.
Maybe. It won't be. So that was, yeah. You know, obviously, I you know, no surprise that they end with Chadwick Boseman there. I mean,
Yeah.
that's you know, that that's not a surprise. Did you feel like they flew through those names a little quick?
No, I don't think I felt that way. It just struck me the gravity of the amount of people that we lost. Obviously, we've had a few extra weeks of time that were covered.
Right.
It reminded me, you know, of some of the folks that we've lost. That, I mean, it's that's always a tough segment for me because, as much as I love movies and everything involved,
Yeah.
you know, it's easy to forget, or the feelings of, like, you know, seeing Christopher Plummer, who is an absolute favorite of mine, and being reminded that, you know, we've lost the talent, but we're left with the memories of, you know, the work that he did and others. Sean Connery, that in memoriam segment always gets me because it's one of those rare moments where you are reminded of the humanity of the people that we love to watch on film, and I love that they include folks who are behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah, agreed. I agree.
Yeah.
And, you know, the one that stuck out for me early on was Ian Holm. I totally forgot that, you know, Ian Holm had passed away. And now he's not going to be able to be in, if they ever do a sequel to Fifth Element, we don't have Cornelius.
Right.
So, Susan's favorite movie, Fifth Element.
Absolutely.
Bringing Susan back into the fold here.
With the categories that remain, it's interesting to see, you know, I don't know how you feel, but I don't know that there's a lock on any of the. I think Chadwick Boseman will more than likely receive Best Actor.
I have a lock. I think he's a little.
Yeah. And, you know, the work that he's done, or that he did, not just over the course of his career, but especially over the last year, you know, the work that was from Da 5 Bloods, you know, all the way through Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yeah.
You know, when you consider, and we've said this before, we've talked about this, how he did such amazing work even when he was sick, you know?
Right.
And that's
definitely sick. By the way, he was definitely sick when he was filming Ma Rainey's.
Oh, absolutely. It showed tremendously.
Yeah.
But it didn't compromise his performance. That was the thing that he was so, you know, he was so good at what he did that you weren't, you know, you weren't left with this feeling that he was going to let that impact any of his work.
Best Picture before they're doing the acting categories.
I'm just now getting the broadcast, so
yeah, I know. That's why I'm telling. I snapped in because this is a big deal. Like, they always close with Best Picture. To close with the acting.
Well, here we go.
That's weird. That's weird, right?
It's very, very strange for me.
I don't like that. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it, and here's why. Because now it implies that, like, the actor and actress are the most important part of the movie. Whereas if it's Best Picture, you kind of feel like Best Picture is.
That should be the culmination.
Encompasses everything. Yeah, I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it.
This isn't your flat, Anthony. Judas and the Black Messiah. Shonda King, Charles D. King, and Brian Coogler, producers. It's not a question of lives or not lives. It's a question of resistance to fascism or not Mank, Sion Chapin, Eric Roth, and Douglas Urbanski producers. You are the worst. Wizard of Oz is the
They're showing very long clips from each of the films.
Yeah. I'm annoyed. I'm sorry. I don't get this. I have no qualms that they've mixed up what is typically done. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, from a category standpoint, so far they have shown us Mank, the Judas and the Black Messiah, The Father. 3 very different pictures.
Yeah, Mank and Minari are going to be your next 2.
Oh yeah, I'm on Mank right now. And this is why usually in the broadcast historically they have done these clips throughout the broadcast.
Right. Which is I don't mind that they wait to the end. I do mind that they're going to do unless they're just doing the nominees right now, and they're going to go to commercial and then do the actors, and then go to commercial and then do the Best Picture. Which you're shaking your head, and I agree with you. I don't think we're going to do that, and it would be dumb if they did. But not dumber than doing Best Picture before the 2 actor categories.
Yeah.
And this right here is why Nomadland should have won for cinematography.
It's such a beautiful film.
You can spin it if you want. I deserve that.
I'm gonna have to watch that again sometime soon.
Nomadland?
Yeah, I really loved it.
Seriously, I just spat in your coffee. Sound of metal, they're accountable, and some of them are motion producers.
Situation that you're it sounds like an addict. Not an addict.
The trial of the Chicago 7. Well, it's two investigative producers.
The SNL question in Chicago open for a confrontation with the police. Something you have to think about. Can you really put your friend? I've never been around too much thoughts before.
And the Oscar goes to.
Yeah. Okay, so you want me to tell you who won?
Not just yet.
Okay. So everybody watching, shh, don't tell him. No
Well,
spoilers.
there might be others who are watching it the way I am as well. So.
Yeah, sure. No spoilers. This is
All right. Are we surprised, Paul?
no. This is again. This is the one that everybody was like, this is the one. Like it's felt like forever that this is the one, and it makes sense. It's deserved. No qualms.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with this result. Not just because I enjoyed it, but
yeah. Would I personally preferred Mank to win? Yes.
Well, sure.
Do I get this, and is it deserved? 100%. You know,
we've talked about how Mank has all the hallmarks of what you look for in a traditional film,
right?
Whereas this one is unique in its storytelling and the way in which it came together.
Yeah. It's interesting because
thank you for teaching us the power of resilience and hope.
I like these two, Mank and Nomadland. So Nomadland won for director and picture. Mank won for production design / art direction and cinematography. And yeah, I'm just going to keep calling it art direction. So sue me.
Into a theater, shoulder to shoulder, in that dark space.
Francis.
Watch every film that's represented here tonight. We give this wine to our role.
Those movies, in my mind, were the two best movies of the year. And that if you put those two movies in any year, they're getting nominated. And there's a lot of talk about some of these movies that were nominated for Best Picture this year. Oh, they wouldn't have been nominated if they had been released in some other year.
Yeah.
Mank and Nomadland aren't that. Like Mank and Nomadland are getting nominated no matter who released them. I feel like they're the two strongest films in the group, and they are so strikingly different.
Right.
Mank has, like a cast that is just bonkers, and top to bottom, and so many people in it. So many people filling roles in, and Nomadland has two people that you've ever seen before in your entire life. In anything. Like they have literally two actors in it. And then, by the way, two fantastic actors.
Oh, absolutely.
Mank is a production.
Right.
It just an absolute production that so much went into getting that onto film. Nomadland is as minimalistic of a production as you're ever going to see, and is still a remarkably beautiful.
Right.
I mean, it just natural beauty and puts it up on the screen.
Well, and it reflects the community that it was depicting. The nomadic, community is such that they're only able to do what they do because it is so stripped down.
Yeah,
that is their life, and so I think that the win by Nomadland has a lot to do with how simply put together it was, and yet how beautifully shot. That's the bigness of Nomadland is the cinematography. The storytelling was quiet, the acting was very subdued, but again, you take someone like a Frances McDormand, and she'll always know how to bring your story without becoming the story.
Yeah, it's going to look effortless. It's going to look minimalistic. It's going to, And
that's always been David Strathairn's way.
Yeah, Strathairn is exactly the same. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just an absolute everyman.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, seeing Renee Zellweger, I'm annoyed that she won for last year all over again.
Oh my.
It's like,
So we're about to get Best Actor.
yeah. Oh, she's doing actress.
Okay, they're really flipping the script.
Yeah, they are.
And that's okay.
That is okay. I don't mind that. I mind
No.
that this is happening after they've announced Best Picture. Genuinely, I'm annoyed. I'm angry.
Frances McDormand, it is untold the moment we needed your performance in No Man's Land. You took us into a world hiding in plain sight with charisma and
The Best Actress is. I really hope one of two people win, and I don't care which one it is.
painful, witty, and powerful. And the Oscar for Best Actress goes to Frances McDormand.
Okay. Do you want me to? Do you want this one to be fresh for you, or?
No, it'll be just a moment
All right. So
for me.
Frances McDormand wins for Nomadland.
Okay.
That's three. Look, people. Three actress wins for Frances McDormand. She is one of the greatest actresses ever. Not of this generation. Ever.
Now, this isn't her first win.
It's third win.
Third win, yeah. Yeah. Joining the ranks of Daniel Day-Lewis. Who else is a 3? There you go.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. This is a speech I can't wait to hear.
Oh, super quick, super short. Good Lord, Frances McDormand. If she wins every other year, I'm down. Down. I would have really liked to see Viola Davis win, but she's won before as well. But that it was Frances for me. It was Frances McDormand or Viola Davis.
Yeah. Yeah, and Viola Davis. I would love to see what the vote breakdown was because Viola Davis was amazing.
Yeah.
And Ma Rainey.
So, one thing that I can say with sincerity is that when I watch these performances, I feel.
Do you think Joaquin Phoenix actually watches any movie ever?
I would think so.
I don't think he does. I genuinely think that he, like, when he turned like 35 or something, he just was like, I'm done. I'm not watching movies anymore. This will be interesting. If so, Anthony Hopkins isn't anywhere. The Academy would accept on his behalf, and Chadwick. Well, we know that Chadwick Boseman, his wife, is going to give a speech.
Yeah.
But if Anthony Hopkins wins, the speeches for Best Actor and Best Actress would be under a minute.
Yeah.
All right. The award goes to Anthony Hopkins. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's it. Like, that's how they end it. And this is why you don't end with these two categories.
Yeah.
Because that's how this show ends. Anthony Hopkins wins. Questlove gives a little thing, and now we're done. F- for the last 15 minutes of this show. F-. That.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've heard a lot of things about The Father, and I have heard that this was Anthony Hopkins' best performance.
Yeah.
That being said, I feel like you just go ahead and give it to Chadwick Boseman. I mean,
I'll be interested to see what the what the analysis is
right.
tomorrow, because the performance is given, and this is where I wish I had taken time to see The Father. It deals with a subject matter that's very, very close to my heart.
Right. Right.
And that's one of the reasons I need to see it. And I can't even say I put it off for any reason personally, but Chadwick Boseman delivers a stunning performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yep.
But I also know that the work of Anthony Hopkins is such that a win like this, like my only analysis of this result is it has nothing to do with, Chadwick Boseman was I hate to call it sentimental pick, but because his performance was so amazing.
Yeah.
Now I have to really sit down and see The Father, because I want to see Anthony Hopkins' performance side by side, because he always, he always delivers. Like Anthony Hopkins is a he's a legend of our time, and I am surprised by the result, but I have to say that that being one of the films that I missed.
Yeah.
I more so now I want to see
everything I've heard about it. Everything I've heard about it is, if Chadwick Boseman hadn't passed away, if Chadwick Boseman was still with us, Anthony Hopkins would have been the overwhelming favorite.
Yeah.
It's what I've heard about the performance.
Sure.
So I guess from that standpoint, I can't begrudge it, but at the same time, I do feel a little like for a ceremony that really felt diverse and the last two awards just felt not. And I don't know. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just where it is. And to save those two for last, this is why you don't do that.
Yeah.
Like what just happened, which is Nomadland winning, getting everybody up on stage, having that great big moment. And then Frances McDormand winning, deservedly so, and then giving a 20-second speech. God bless her. And then Anthony Hopkins winning and not even being at the ceremony, not being in the at the theater in England, and then we're done.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very curious decision that was made in terms of how the awards were given.
Yeah.
Again, I'm looking forward to reading all of the commentary and analysis tomorrow that we'll see.
Yeah.
About everything from the winners of tonight to the way in which the ceremony was presented, and definitely the way in which it was concluded, with Best Picture not being the final award. So, but yet
we will never see that again. I guarantee you, that will never happen again.
One can never tell until we know. So the 93rd installment of the Academy Awards is in the books. Paul, I got to tell you, the results and the overall structure were quite disconcerting for me. Not the results, because again, a lot of great results. I like seeing Nomadland win. Right. I am still not sure how to react to what just happened with Anthony Hopkins over Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. That's going to take a bit.
Yeah.
Frances McDormand and Viola Davis. I was always troubled by these last two categories because they were so well. The competition between the two, Viola and Frances McDormand, and Chadwick Boseman's performance and Anthony Hopkins' performance. Yeah. I knew it was going to come down to most likely those four.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I can't do final analysis right now other than to say this is why I love films.
Yeah.
You get, it challenges me to go back, catch the one movie I haven't seen, rewatch the others, and maybe just sit there and wonder what might have been,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good times. This was
absolutely
fun. I enjoyed it. I hope people watched and enjoyed as well.
Yeah, well, we want to thank you if you did watch. I know folks were popping in and out throughout. Paul, thank you for taking the time, and thank you all for watching. We'll be back very, very soon, first week of May, with our next full broadcast of Reel to Reel Talk. So we'll be looking forward to that. More news on that coming up in the next couple of days. On behalf of Paul and our partner Susan, who hopefully we'll see again very soon, we thank you all for joining us. Remember, go ahead, Paul.
We accept this award on your behalf, Susan.
Always. All right. Well, on behalf of all of us, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great week. And remember, you're awesome. You're amazing. And the world's a better place because you are in it. We will see you real soon here on Reel